Before I start, I would like to present myself. My name is Zeyad Abualhamael. I'm a PhD student at Manchester Metropolitan, and I'll give you a short seminar, a short talk about my life as a PhD student or PhD candidate, or as they call it, PhD survivor. Okay? I don't like stands because I'll just be walking around. Hopefully the ropes are fine with that. Okay, guys. I would like to give you a background about myself. Who am I? I'm Zeyad Abualhamael, as I just mentioned. They call me Z. I'm known as Z everywhere. My background is civil engineering. So I did civil engineering as a bachelor, and then I did my master's in project management, and then I did a PG Cap in terms of teaching. So I did a postgrad certificate in academic practices. Then I moved into MPhil. Of course, you have to do that before moving towards doing a PhD. That's just a bit of my background. I'll just start and tell you, if you would like to apply for a PhD, I'll just let you know why it's really beneficial or why it's not, okay? So it's a bit of fun, a bit of talk about why PhD is really important, why it's not. Are you serious? Do you want to do a PhD? That was the first question that I had when I applied for my PhD. I went around MMU because I was doing my master's in there, project management. And then I've met one of my supervisors during my master's, and I said, I think I might apply for a PhD. And he was like, are you serious, Z? And literally that was on the left, and I didn't have time to talk. What does he mean by are you serious? Is it that bad? So you'll hear a lot of stuff like this if you said you want to apply for a PhD, okay? A lot of stuff like this. No more weekends. That was the first thing. When I started doing my PhD, usually, I'm Arab, I'm Saudi, so I would really like to talk to people and try to get some hints and tips before I start, okay? It's a stereotype. And previous assignments as well, okay? So I went to one of my colleagues and I said, I'm doing my PhD now, and I'm really hesitating. Do you think it's a right decision? I just applied, and now I'm starting my first year. I need to do an MPhil, a lot of courses, a lot of words to write. Is that okay? And he was like, Z, you won't have weekends. No more weekends. You won't have weekends. And I was like, what? And you will hear stuff like this a lot if you apply for a PhD. Or actually, you will start a PhD. Forget socializing. Oh my God, I hate to eat on my own. And now they're telling me that no more friends, you won't be able to see your friends, you won't be able to go out, you won't be able to talk to people, you'll just be stuck with your research, books and computers, and that's it. Well, IT services, of course, you always need them. Oh, I didn't save, oh, I lost my work, and you'll always need them, okay? And now, find decent eyeglasses. Start from now, get an insurance or something, well, you can, because you will be reading a lot, okay? Don't do it. I've heard a lot of people saying, Z, don't do a PhD. You'll be overqualified. It's just a lot of work. Another 3 years, 4 years, who knows? And then, what are you going to do with that? Is it worth it? Why bother? Why do you want to really do a PhD? Okay? And the last thing, and which I really hate, to be honest with you, when they told me that, Z, don't waste your time. PhD is wasting time. Don't waste your time. But I honestly don't believe that. So I thought, let me try and see if I can do it. So they told me, test yourself, Z. I'll tell you honestly what you have to do, and then you can test yourself, okay? So they told me, can you read 7 or 6 hours a day? As I told you, my background, I'm a Saudi. Well, reading, we're not really good friends, okay? I prefer watching. If it's a documentary, film, series, I'll watch it all in a weekend, okay? I'll kill 20, 48 hours in a weekend, I don't mind. But reading, it was a bit difficult, to be honest with you, based on my background. And I thought, reading 6 hours a day? I don't know, I'll try, I'll test myself. The second part was, Z, can you write up to 5,000 a month? 5,000 words a month, which I think it's a lot. 5,000 words a month. Are you serious? That's the question that I asked them when they told me you have to write 5,000 words a month. And I started from there. But sometimes, guys, you need to do things where you think it's wrong, maybe, but you need to do it to be in the right place, okay? So it's not a problem to try. There's nothing to lose, okay? Life is fair. I'll give you some tips before you start applying for your PhD, or masters, or even different ones, okay? So it's a bit similar to applying for getting an offer, okay? I know getting an offer to do a PhD is very, very difficult. And I believe most of people here will tell you that, okay? Choose the right university, okay? Honestly, it is very, very, very important to choose the right university, okay? I did my master's in Manchester Metropolitan. I'm not promoting for you Manchester Metropolitan, but it's really good university, okay? I did my master's there, and then I thought, let me apply for my PhD and let me go to their neighbors, okay? So I'm Manchester Metropolitan to MBS, so maybe Salford University, and I applied there. But I felt like home at Manchester Metropolitan. I already knew everyone. I already knew the people in the canteen. They already know that I like coffee without sugar. They already know these things. And based on the environment that you've been adapting to, it's very important. Trust me, okay? So the first tip, trust me, you need to choose the right university when you feel comfortable. You don't need to travel a lot. It's very close to where you live. Those things are really important. Don't choose a very depressing city or village, okay? Because you'll be lonely doing PhD, okay? Keep the passion. Make sure that you always talk about the topic that you really want to. I forgot to mention, I'm specialized in leadership, okay? So my topic, my title, is the impact, oh my God, I forgot my title. The impact of leadership style on employee performance and job satisfaction, and the mediating role of productive organization and energy within education institutions in Saudi Arabia. Okay? It sounds very complicated, but it's very interesting. Okay? And one of the things that you have to do when you do a PhD, to be very focused. Okay? You need to dip really deep to get something very, very, very focused. Okay? I'm saying okay a lot. I said it like 40 times now. Okay? Learn and share. Okay? You need to be learning every day new things. I've met a region manager. He works in Rolls-Royce, David Cohen, I think? David Cohen? Yeah. I've met him, and he is a region manager in Rolls-Royce. We all know Rolls-Royce. We all want Rolls-Royce as well. Okay? And he said, Z, make sure that every day you learn at least one new information. Just one. Okay? One new information every day. That's 365 a year. Multiplied by, I'm not going to tell you my age, so multiply it by 40 and you will see. Okay? So learning and share is very important. Sharing is caring, right? They always say that. It's not a joke. It's true. Your ideas will remain your ideas, but sharing it, that you'll move it to another level, which is execution. Okay? If you have the idea and you hide it, you put it in a box next to your bed, it won't happen. Nothing would change. We always walk around and go and pass by different stores, different shops, and we always say, I had this idea before. I thought about this before. But without execution, it won't happen. There are different companies before Uber. You know Uber. It's a really great company now. Everyone is ordering taxis using Uber. It's a great app, very easy to use, but it's a very old idea. They call it Magic Cab before. It was invented in New York, I think like 10 years ago, or maybe more. But the execution was really bad, so nobody heard about it. But now everyone knows about Uber because the execution was absolutely amazing. So share your ideas. There's no problem with that, okay? Don't hide them, unless you're in an exam, okay? You have to do that. Networking. Networking is very important. I've met Kim. Where's Kim? Kimberly. She's the organizer of this event. She used to work in Manchester Metropolitan University, and I used to work for the international office in Manchester Metropolitan University, doing a part-time job. And I've met her there, and now I'm here. So connection is very important. Building relationships in terms of your life career is very, very important, guys. And read. You'll be reading all the time. Make sure that you get used to that. Okay? You'll read a lot, 7-8 hours a day. And it's very, and without reading, you won't be able to succeed. Okay? Allah Shibuzu, you're late. You're late. Most importantly, it's communicate. And let's communicate. Let's all talk. Let's all share thoughts. Okay? I was thinking, I was like, communicating. I have an example, but it's every day. That's what we do every day. We always communicate using the network as well. It's internet. It's a great tool. Make sure that you use it. We all have Facebooks. We all have LinkedIn's, hopefully. We'll have Twitter accounts. So let's use that. Okay? Build connections. Work hard and play harder. Okay? But working hard is very important. You have to work hard. You will be working hard. Without working hard, I think it's cliche to put work hard in one of the most important tips to do in your PhD. Preserve. What I mean by saying preserve in here, it's not fruit preserve, but what I mean by saying preserve here, make sure that you keep your research alive. Talked about it a lot. Whenever you meet someone, introduce your research, start talking about it, make sure that you still have the passion that we spoke about. Plus, you really love what you're doing. Show that you're really passionate about what you're doing. You love what you're doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm very proud of it. I'm going to talk to everyone and tell everyone my research. That's what I always do, especially with Chibuzo. We always share thoughts and ideas. Stay productive. One of my main elements in my research is called productive organizational energy. And it's the level of energy inside each one of us. Okay? There are 3 dimensions in this productive organization and energy variable, which is cognitive, so your thoughts, your ideas, your knowledge, behavioral, the way you react, and emotional. Everyone cries, everyone smiles, so it's very important. And that's why those 3 elements are really important to be really working on during your PhD. It's a very long process. It's a long journey. 3 years, maybe 4, 6 part-time. It's a lot of time. 6 years, that's a lot. How many years do you have in your life? Just giving away 6 years doing research, and then what? Stuck it? Put a nice certificate in your bedroom? Oh, office? Is that worth it? Yes, of course. Okay? Publish. Publishing is the last, I would say it's the last part doing your PhD. So make sure you always publish. You always submit your papers to conferences. As soon as you start doing your PhD, make sure you target a couple of conferences. You need to know those conferences that really accept your paper, because you need to go and talk about your research to those people. On the 5th of May, which is a couple of days from now, I'm going to present my paper somewhere very nice in the US. I'm going to Miami. And because of that, I got connections. Of course I'm going to enjoy my time. Of course I'm going to take my shorts with me. But in the same time, I'm talking to people about my research. Okay? So make sure you got connections, stay passionate, keep your research alive, and talk to people. Okay? Find a conference before you start doing a PhD. Find a couple of conferences were really important. You think it's very interesting. Usually I look for locations. I look for nice locations. So usually Miami, oh, that's amazing. Oof, if you have, if I'm speaking Arabic now because I'm excited. Oof. If they have a conference in Vegas, I'll go. Australia, of course I'll go. It's very interesting to talk to people from different culture, different society, even different countries. Whew. Okay, why bother? Why PhD? So I'm just giving you tips. Yes, because I'm doing PhD, so it's like when I have a BMW, I always say BMW is the best. But it's not the case with PhD, okay? I don't have a BMW, but doing a PhD, again, it's a novelty. And keep your research memorable. Make sure that people will remember you. It's very important. Gina London, she's a presenter, a journalist in CNN. She'd been working there for maybe 15 years now. I told her, I saw her in one of the conferences, and I said, Gina. She was like, yeah, who's that? I said, Z, I'm from Saudi. Please tell me one tip, one hint. And she was like, keep your name very precise and say it clearly and loudly every time you present. And she laughed. I said, what is it? Is that it? Is it because I said I'm Saudi, or what is the problem? But I realized that, yeah, it's true. Saying your name by a beginning of a presentation is the hook. You're going to hook people when you say, well, hello guys, my name is Zeyad, but everyone call me Z. Everyone will remember Z, it's just one letter. I'm saying it a lot, so Z, 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 Z will stuck in your minds. But it's a hook, and that's true. Saying your name, starting with a very positive, productive way, will give you novelty. You'll be special, you'll be different. I guarantee you, 100%, you'll be different, you'll be special. Why bother? Why doing PhD? Now that's the question. And I don't know the answer, but I just covered some stuff, okay? You'll be mastery of a subject. So when they ask you, what your research is based on, you'll say leadership, for example, or you'll say whatever you want to say, then you are specialized in leadership. You know a lot about leadership. You've been reading 6 hours a day. In 10 days, that's 60, yeah, financial, yeah, 60, yeah. In a month, in a year, multiply by 12, multiply by 3, and if someone using the calculator, he can give me the answer. It's a lot of reading, so of course you're specialized. It's like when you go to a doctor. You have specialized, you have a consultant, and you have a general doctor. Which one you would go to if you have something very, very, well, I would say acute pain? You'll go to a specialized one, or a consultant, who really knows, who knows a lot about what you really want to know. And that's exactly what you're gonna be. You're gonna be an expert, you're gonna be specialized in the topic that you're gonna choose. And that's why make sure that it's very interesting and you love it. Preparation for the academy. If you want to do a PhD to become a doctor in a university, that's fine. Well, it's one of the cases now. Most of the universities, they require a PhD to be an academy within that institution. It's not the case now. A lot of universities are changing, but in the Middle East, you still need a PhD to be a doctor in a university, okay? You can be an associate lecturer, but you won't be a senior lecturer without having a PhD. So it's very important. It's a stepping stone to be in the academic field. Research competencies. You will know a lot about research by the time you reach the middle, I would say, when it's symmetrical between the first year and the second and the third. So in the middle of the second year, I guarantee you, you will be very specialized and expert in research competencies. What I mean by that, research methods. You'll know about quantitative research, you'll know about qualitative research, you will know about triangulation, you'll know about data collection, data analysis, literature review, types, traditional, systematic, all these things you will know it. Philosophy, of course. You'll know a lot about philosophy, epistemology, ontology, all these things. Objectivism, subjectivism, I'm just saying a lot of words to show you that I know what I'm doing, okay? But it's true. You'll know everything by the middle of the second year. So you'll have a lot of research competencies, okay? Higher, well, I've been struggling last night reading this word. I was like, remuneration and prestige, okay? You will be special. Do you know how many people got a PhD in each, 1,000 people? In each 1,000, there are 2 people holding a PhD. And every 500 people on Earth, there is 1 person out of those 500 who hold a PhD certificate. So you're special, yeah? 1 out of 500, not bad at all. And it is prestigious. Everyone will call you like, well, it depends on the cultures, but everyone will give you different prestige. You're a doctor. So whenever they ask themselves, it's like, he's a doctor, he knows what he's saying. He's a doctor, he knows what he's saying. Okay? So it will give you prestige. The only way to find out, so all what I'm saying was just rubbish. Just forget all what I was saying, talking for 20 minutes, just ignore it. The only way to find out how to do a PhD is to do one. Therefore, all advice is useless, okay? I'm not saying that all my advice were useless, but it's true. You won't feel it until you try and do it. And it is challenging, but it's fun at the same time. Share your knowledge, as I mentioned, it's very important to share your knowledge. I think without sharing a lot of ideas, I won't be reaching the level that I've reached now. I'm very honest, wallah. Okay? I'm very honest. Without sharing all the knowledge with everyone, I won't be able to reach the level that I'm on now. Okay? Don't do it. If peer pressure. If all your friends, if you're 10 friends, 10 best friends, and 9 of them have a PhD and you don't have one, well, good luck. Yes, it's nice you have a really genius or smart friends, but you don't have to do it. Not because your friends hold a PhD certificate, it means that, well, yeah, you have to do it. It's very important. Oh my God, I'm chilling with Chibuzu, Ine, Noman, everyone, they have PhDs, I don't have one, and I'm stuck. No, you don't have to do it. If you have a peer pressure, it's not a motivated factor that I would say go and do a PhD. Because all your friends, they have PhD. What you're doing? Why you're hanging with those smart, geeky, boring people? Okay? Fulfilling ambition of others. My dad said, I wish you, son, that you become a doctor and an engineer in the same time. And that's why I'm doing my PhD now. So avoid that, okay? So if people want to see you doing a doctor, let them do it first. Tell them you first. You want me to do a PhD? Go first. If you finish it, I'll do mine. Okay? So I know we always like to follow what our parents, they're idols to us. Okay? And we always like to follow what they're doing. And we always want to be like them. And they want us to be better than them. But don't do it if that was the case. If you have a horrible job, work every day, you have the worst manager, very transactional, traditional way of dealing with problems, and every Monday you go to work, yawning, very tired, depressed, to see your manager, and you're not happy with your job, and you thought one day, how can I run away? But in a good way. So it won't look like I'm running away, it looks like I'm doing something better. Let me do a PhD. I'll just go somewhere abroad, UK or somewhere which is nice and fun and cold, 4 seasons in one day. It rains, and then it's windy, and then it's sunny, and then you can sunbathe and all in one day. But don't do that. It's not the case. If you have a really bad job, don't try to avoid the job by putting yourself on something even worse, doing a PhD. You have to be very passionate and patient as well. And security. Don't think PhD will solve the world's problem. No, it's not. Okay? It seems like I'm depromoting for PhD, but I'm being very honest with you. Honestly, they've been moderating what I'm gonna say today, but it's all based on my experience. That's what I saw. I'm in the final stage in my PhD now. I'm writing my discussion now, and it was a very interesting journey, but very challenging as well. I had some times where it was really, really, really depressing that I start ironing my clothes, okay? I thought like, ironing is good. I need to iron my clothes today, it's better. Let me cook something, it's better. So you will reach those levels. It's full of intonations, okay? It goes ups and downs, and it's with any journey that you want to do in your life. Even jobs, it's the same. Masters is the same. Undergrad is all the same. If you finished your master's and you think, well, I've done something similar, PhD is like master's but plus 3 times, so 3 masters. No, it's not. It's a very long process and it's very slow as well. So if you think that, oh, okay, because I did something very similar, then I'll be perfect in PhD. I'll pass my PhD, I'll finish it, I'll get it. No, you won't be able to do that, okay? Fiction versus reality. That's the first picture, I still have it. They showed me this picture before I started my PhD. On the first day, when we had the induction day, they said, Z, welcome to this new life. That's your life for the next 1,115 days. 3 years, I think it's that. A lot of financial, they were like calculating, Z, wrong. Okay, so more than 1,000 days, you'll be working, reading, but you can socialize. See, I'm writing my discussion now, but I'm here today. See, I'm socializing. I'm going afterwards for some ice cream, and it's fine. Okay? You will have time. It's not the matter that they will say, you won't have time, you won't have friends, you won't have weekends. No, it's not. It is very challenging. I agree. Indeed, it is very challenging, but it's fun. Try to enjoy it. And you can always do things while you're doing your PhD. I teach at Manchester Metropolitan University while I'm doing my PhD, and it's fine. I don't have any problems with that. meeting students, talking about your research with them. It's fun. It's nice. So enjoy your journey. And I'm working with Manchester United football team as well, as a part-time job. I enjoy it. I support City though, but yeah, I work with them. Business is business. Okay? So I work with Manchester as well. So you still have time to do different things. It's not the matter that PhD, that's end of life, end of story. You're gonna stuck with PhD for 3 years. Everyone will promote it. People will shave. People will change. Fashion will occur. And you'll say doing your PhD. No, it's not. You'll be doing things while doing your PhD. Okay? So work, eat, sleep, repeat again. No, it's not. You can go to the gym. You still have time to do a lot of things. If you want to stay in that position, of course you can. Of course you can put yourself as like, oh my God, I have to write 5,000 words by the end of the month. Oh no, don't talk to me. I have PhD. I'm doing PhD. Why are you talking to me? I'm doing PhD. You can put yourself in that position. But you don't want to. Stay positive. Stay productive. There are some days and periods where you're going to meet your supervisor and she'll say, or he'll say, again, don't be depressed. It's part of the process. It's part of the game. Enjoy it. It's like, okay, again, I'll do it again. It's fine. If you want to apply for a PhD, my advice to you, make sure that you find a supervisor or a doctor who's really interested on the research that you want to do. Okay? Start with that before even starting with choosing with the university. Nowadays, getting an offer or getting a place to do a PhD, it's not easy. And a lot of people, they've been struggling. They've been looking for PhD offers, and it's not really easy to get it. Okay? So make sure that you find someone who's interested in the topic that you really want to do a research or carry research on, and email him. Talk to him. Go to his office. Wait for him next to his car. No, that's creepy. But yeah, wait for him. Okay? Talk to him. Try to get him in touch with you and introduce yourself. Tell him, I'm really passionate about this. I know a lot of professors and doctors, they say when we see someone or when we talk to someone that he's really passionate and he really wants to do his research, we always help him. We always find a place for him. It's not the admission officer who will give you the offer. It's the supervisor. It's the director of studies who will give you offer. Okay? So don't get fooled by saying, oh, admission office will offer you. No, it's not. They will contact supervisors, DOS, and they felt like doing a research with you, they'll accept you. Otherwise, you won't be able to get to any university. I'm being very honest with you, that's the game. Okay? It was really, I thought it's, sorry, it's the mic, I thought it's the remote. It was really interesting talking to you guys. Hopefully that was beneficial. I'm happy to answer all your questions if you have any questions. If not, that means that I was boring or you didn't understand anything. Thank you so much. Shukran. Thank you.